Well, in a few weeks, thousands of co-eds will hit the streets looking for internships. I know I've been there, and chances are you or your business will be looking for interns, but do you know what to do or even how to hire them?
Our small business expert, Olalah Njenga, is here to offer some tips on how not to hire an intern. Good to see you.
Good being back.
Yeah,
so in the hot seat.
Absolutely. So what makes a good student a great intern?
Ooh, so depending on the business or the industry, it may be some variance, but I say in general, you want to look for three things. The first is, are they motivated to be there? Some interns end up becoming interns because there's an overbearing parent that kind of pushes them into it, or there's a overzealous career counselor in the center of their university that tells them you need to do this and you have no idea why.
Right.
So are they motivated? Then when they show up on your doorstep, do they ask you questions about what they're going to get out of the internship? Or do they just think like in the old days where it's just, you know, go for this or go for that? I mean, the days of like making someone fetch your coffee and your donuts. There are some places that still do that. But that's not what they're looking for. So are they asking poignant questions about what can I expect? What will I learn? And then lastly, are they really interested in your company? Or are they just trying to fill a spot to say, hey, I did an internship? So they're asking those kinds of questions to let you know that they're really interested in working with you and your company. So look for those things.
Okay, and then it comes down to money. Money is always involved. Should you pay them?
So it's not a question of should. There are laws about that. And in fact, the Wage and Hour Division of the U.S. Labor Department gives you the guidelines about whether or not you have to pay them. So if it looks like an internship and they have the 6-part criteria, then you're not required to pay them. If it doesn't narrowly fit within that 6-part, you better pay him something, and the guideline is usually minimum wage. So you want to check out the guidelines, that 6-part question first, before you make a decision about whether or not you have to pay them.
Because a lot of students have sued companies.
Yes, we've had some.
Won.
We've had some class action suits. A very large publishing house got sued because one of the 6-part questions is the company cannot gain financially from the efforts of an intern. And as soon as the company does, then all of a sudden that is no longer an intern. The labor law says that's an employee and you have to pay them. And so if you're not paying them and you profit from it, you're getting sued. So it's better just write the check. I mean, it's not a whole lot. Just write the check and insulate the business.
Are there other laws to be aware of concerning internships?
There's a big one that a lot of small business owners get into trouble with all the time, which is an intern is not free labor. They're not like an extra set of hands for some job that like nobody wants to do.
Right.
You really have to have a training program put together for them. And so the easiest way to do that is have a checklist. So you want to insulate yourself against things that might get you into trouble where an intern really looks more like an employee than they really do an intern. So check out that list. It's the list is kind of narrow. You have to have that person managed. You can't just stick them in the corner in front of a computer for like 6 hours and say, here, do this. You just can't do that. There are laws about that. I say that you are very welcome.
Very good information.
Great info.